Good fight, entertainment. Listen, the world right now is a horrible place, and stuff like this is amazing for us. We get to talk about it, and we get to be in it. I love it, man. I love it. Entertainment, that's the whole thing about life. Life is entertainment, and we have to do more entertaining stuff.
Obviously we know that, but I mean, like, did you expect him to do more? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, not really. I was surprised he made it in the ring.
Yeah?
I'll see you in Liverpool. What?
The referee's supposed to give him at least 3 warnings. He gave him no warnings. Get out of here.
I thought it was a fantastic fight, very entertaining. I was very happy with it. Yeah, go on, look.
What do you expect? What do you expect?
It was good, it was good.
What do you expect? The younger brother of the #1 heavyweight champ in the world.
Yeah!
Come on! Who's next? Did you feel it was close, like the scorecards had it?
No, I thought Tommy was 197 tight. And he was what he was. He got the victory and he's on now. He's going home to his family.
What do you do? You need Tommy's doing it in a smart way, making real money, fighting fake fighters, and he's making real money.
I expected him to last maybe a round, put it on him for a round, and then absolutely be fucked, do all this bending over. But he showed that he's training hard and he's got a good mindset. So Tommy was in there with a lot tonight. Don't forget, a lot of pressure, and unbelievably a Manchester crowd that was booing him. So he had a lot to deal with, but he dealt with it, and he's always learning, and he got the job done.
Tyson, what do you make of his performance?
It's a great performance. Well done, mate.
I said both men go home to the family in one piece.
Exactly.
Hang on, Tommy's in there with a human giant. Anything happens, what do I tell his mother? Because his mother's been going on to me for the last 3 months. You're an idiot. You're going to get my son killed. You don't know what you're doing. You're a crank. You need to do this. You need to do that. It's all constant pressure for me. But you know what? I take it on board. I'm confident of what I do. And if they listen, they're out of danger. You know, he made me so proud tonight.
Anybody out there who thinks Eddie Hall is a strong man, can't fight, think again. I've fought a lot of people, including actual professional journeyman boxers. This guy can fight. He's not big, he's not slow, and he's fit. He's very deceiving. I will give all credit to Eddie Hall. Thank you for taking the fight, and thank you for...
But yeah, I didn't catch him enough though, and I'm still working on getting my left activated a bit. I'm still very scared of throwing left hooks because it's just like the subconscious of not having a left arm for quite a while, but it's slowly coming back in the training and the sparring, so I'm hoping as I get more fights that left arm comes in and then I'll start landing more.
Tommy did what he had to do. He ran, kept out of the way of the bigger guy. I thought it could have worked a little bit more in between, but yeah, he kind of like did what we expected him to do. He's not going to stand in front of him, is he?
Tommy Fury's victory over Eddie Hall may have settled the result on the scorecards, but it has opened up an entirely different debate across the boxing world. While Fury secured the official win, many fans, analysts, and fighters were left discussing something much bigger than the outcome itself. The question now isn't simply whether Tommy won, it is whether what unfolded inside the ring looked like a genuine competitive contest or a carefully...
You know what? We say a lot before the fight, but Eddie was a lot to deal with, dude. He's fast, he's big. Shouts to Tommy, fair play to him. He did what he had to do. I think now moving forward, it'd be a disgrace if we never got the Darren Till fight, but that's the one I want. And for Eddie Hall, I need to see him in Dylan Dennis or Hafthor Bjornsson in MMA. That's what I want to see.
Controlled performance from start to finish. One of the first people to address Tommy's approach was Roman Fury, who explained that the game plan revolved around movement, discipline, and avoiding unnecessary exchanges with the much larger Eddie Hall. Given the enormous size difference between the two men, the strategy made perfect sense from a boxer.
There's no other way you can fight Eddie Hall. He's that big. If you get in a tear up with him and he lands, 100 pounds difference, it could be fatal. Do you know what I mean? It could be very, very, very bad news. So that was a game plan. Hit and move. Hopefully, he would have got a little bit more tired and then press him. But like I said, a lot of pressure on there, and he did the job done. He didn't really get hit with much. And
perspective, however, it also fueled criticism from some observers who felt the fight appeared too measured. Rather than a dramatic clash filled with uncertainty, many felt it looked like a contest designed around risk management and control. Promoter Frank Warren acknowledged that Tommy Fury was the clear winner on the night, but he also highlighted...
But Tommy won the fight, there's no doubt about that. But you know what, I'm not going to lie to you, it is what it is. It's two novice fighters who've got huge social media following, and they've capitalised on that. People bought into it, and I'm amazed at the amount of publicity that it's got both before and after the fight. It's amazing. Everybody's been talking.
The reality behind the event. According to Warren, the fight generated huge attention because of social media influence and crossover appeal rather than elite boxing credentials. That admission only intensified discussion surrounding the matchup. For some fans, it reinforced the idea that the event was more spectacle than serious competition. Shane Fury added another layer to the conversation by praising Tommy's punching power and insisting that he possesses the ability.
Tommy hits very solid. The thing is, because he's a novice, Tommy hits as hard as, he's a strong puncher, but because he's a novice, it's hard to set up. So another training camp, he can only get better. So when he gets his set up and his feet's underneath him, instead of falling in, he'll catch him and knock him out. He can knock anyone out. He hits an heavyweight on the chin, they're out, because he's...
To stop almost anyone when he commits to his shots. Yet those comments created a difficult question. If Tommy truly carries that kind of knockout threat, why was Eddie Hall able to survive the full distance? The answer may simply be Hall's toughness, but it has nevertheless become a major talking point among critics. Trainer and analyst BJ Flores pointed out that Eddie Hall actually enjoyed some success in the opening stages of the fight, using constant pressure and aggression.
The first 2 rounds he was very effective with being aggressive and kind of cornering, making Tommy very uncomfortable. And then after that, Tommy was able to use his boxing ability and his experience. Did a great job in the last 4 rounds.
What's next for Eddie Hall?
I don't know. It kind of depends on him. I think I'd like to see him in MMA. It's a little more, serves his skill set a little better. And I would like to see Tommy at 200 pounds against some better opposition. I think he could go far. He's got a lot of toughness that a lot of people don't give him credit for. He's not just a pretty boy. He can fight and he's tough. And I'd like to see him, do a little run at 200 pounds.
Hall managed to make Tommy uncomfortable during the early rounds before Fury gradually took control. While Flores praised Tommy's adjustments, his breakdown also highlighted a concern. If the gap in skill was as large as many expected, why did the opening rounds appear competitive at all? Dave Caldwell offered an even more divided assessment. He suggested that Hall may have edged portions of the early fight before Tommy's superior experience eventually became the...
Tommy didn't do anything for the first couple of rounds, and Eddie was putting him off, letting his hands go. Won first 2, then I thought Tommy came back when Eddie started getting tired, and then the last round, I thought Eddie Hall won, so I think he did really, really well. So I think it was a draw.
I mean, it's a silly question to ask, but I'm gonna. You've seen so many fights, so much sparring. I mean, what would it actually be like sharing the ring with someone like Eddie Hall? How would that actually be?
Oh, that's a big deal for Eddie Hall, because he's a big old lump.
Yeah.
So he's carrying around a lot of weight. And if he's missing, it takes a lot out of you. So it's a
deciding factor. Such opinions have only added fuel to the debate. When respected boxing minds disagree on how dominant a performance truly was, fans naturally begin questioning what they witnessed. John Fury repeatedly emphasized the challenge Tommy faced against an opponent who outweighed him significantly and possessed world-class strength. According to John, stepping into the ring with...
Tommy don't need anybody, and Tommy believes in me wholeheartedly, and here we are 12-0. 12-0, a big star, selling out arenas, multi-millionaire. What have we done wrong? What have we done wrong? Got a beautiful wife, successful wife, 2 beautiful children. What have I done wrong? Guided him right through the lot. On my pop.
Someone as physically imposing as Hall required courage, preparation, and complete belief in the game plan. While that argument strengthens Tommy's case, it also highlights how unusual the matchup was in the first place. Former world champion Duke McKenzie delivered one of the harshest evaluations. He questioned the overall standard of boxing displayed and suggested the fight fell well below professional expectations. His criticism...
When I watched it, I've got to be truthful, I had to rub my eyes because the level, the standard of actual, what they call boxing, is pretty poor. It really is. I mean, they're obviously really trying hard and obviously really nice guys. Because they're...
Reflected concerns shared by some purists who viewed the event primarily as entertainment rather than a showcase of high-level boxing skill. Analyst DG focused on another issue entirely. He noted that Tommy looked sharp at times, but also appeared to pass up opportunities to finish. The fight when Hall looked vulnerable, those missed chances created further debate. Was Fury simply boxing intelligently, or was...
Tommy surprised me. Tommy's sick. But it's a lot of things that were working for him, but he just didn't do. Like, the uppercut was working every time.
Was there a lack of urgency that prevented him from making a stronger statement? John Fury also praised Eddie Hall's durability, describing him as an incredibly resilient athlete who refused to stop moving forward regardless of the punishment he absorbed. Hall's determination undoubtedly earned respect, yet this praise creates an interesting contradiction. If Hall was taking clean punches and continuing to march forward, some critics argue that Tommy's inability to completely dominate him raises additional questions about his power and finishing instincts. For his part, Eddie Hall spoke openly about the difficulty of the 6-round contest. He stressed that his
3 rounds, let him chase you, and I thought he'd gas. But he proved to me he's every bit a man in a boxing ring as he is lifting half a ton.
It's Eddie. It's Eddie in the back.
Going through the wall.
If that's Eddie, he can do what he wants.
He's coming through the wall.
Not if that's Eddie, we're all going to be quiet.
Yeah.
Again, let me start again. Eddie Hall, like I say, I thought he'd fade. He didn't. He showed a lot of determination, as much determination in the ring as what he does lifting the bar. But let me tell you this much, people who don't know about people and mindset. When a man lifts half a ton off the floor and he's pissing blood out of his nostrils, that's a man with a big set of nuts, my friend. And he's going to transfer them to any sport he does, including the ring. And you showed that tonight. Because Tommy caught him with a couple of peaches coming in, did hurt him a couple of times, put some good body shots in, but he kept coming.
Preparation had been serious, and that his primary objective was to endure everything Tommy Fury could throw at him. Hall's comments reflected pride in surviving the distance, but they also highlighted the unusual nature of the contest. Expectations before the fight and reality inside the ring often seemed very different. In the end, Tommy Fury leaves with the victory, but not necessarily with universal praise. Some observers see a disciplined and professional performance built on ring IQ and tactical control. Others see a carefully managed matchup that never fully answered questions about...
It's tough. Yeah, I knew the 6 rounds was going to be hard, but we'd prepped. We'd worked very hard to make sure I was fit for the 6 rounds, and we got,
about Fury's ceiling as a boxer. That is why the debate continues. Winning was important, but convincing people may have been even more important. Eddie Hall earned admiration for his toughness and determination. Tommy Fury demonstrated skill, composure, and control, yet the lingering doubts remain. The real question now is what happens when Tommy faces opponents considered genuine threats at a higher level. If this performance represented his current level, how will he respond when the opposition is faster, more skilled, and far more dangerous? Those answers will ultimately determine whether this victory is remembered as a successful night at the office or as the fight that exposed questions still waiting to be answered.